Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. It's National Candy Day for the underworked dental surgeons in your life. I don't see where it's anybody's birthday today. But statistically, it has to be the birthday of numerous audience members. So happy birthday. Y'all live it up. We already have an arson arrest in the big Birmingham Cobb Lane fire from Friday and Saturday. We also have the passing of a classic rock vocalist, a weapon system that worked at one of our high schools, and a response to that old perception about Auburn's meddling boosters. My name's Ike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama.
State Senator Jennifer Carroll Foy here, asking you to vote for my friend, Ghazala Hashmi, for Lieutenant Governor. She's a lifelong educator who's fought to expand job training, and Ghazala wrote the bill protecting Medicaid from Trump and MAGA extremists. Join me in voting for Ghazala Hashmi for Lieutenant Governor and Democrats up and down the ballot. Paid for by Workers Vote, 212-265-7000. Not authorized by any federal candidate or federal candidates committee. Workers Vote is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Police have made an arrest in connection with the fire that burned several buildings last week in Birmingham, reports AL.com's Carol Robinson. Authorities believe a 42-year-old man set multiple fires Friday morning, leading to a massive fire along a block at 20th Street South and Cobb Lane. He's charged with second-degree arson, criminal trespass, possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful breaking and entering a vehicle. Now, if you're familiar with Birmingham's South Side, that block of buildings at one time was a pretty happening place with the Blue Monkey Lounge, an old closed J. Clyde, which is a spot where I've taken out-of-town visitors for a cool meetup place. The fires were extinguished Saturday night. The suspect lists a Randolph County address. The arrest warrant claims he intentionally damaged the building with fire. Classic rock singer and Florence native Donna Jean Godchaux McKay passed away Sunday in Nashville, reports AL.com's Matt Wake. Rolling Stone reported that Godchaux McKay had cancer. Now, born Donna Jean Thatcher, she married Grateful Dead keyboardist Keith Godchaux and found her biggest fame as a vocalist with the band from 1972 to 1979. She later worked with Grateful Dead bandmates in projects such as the Jerry Garcia Band and Dead and Company, and she led bands such as the Donna Jean Godchaux Band and Donna Jean and the Tricksters. She cut an album as Keith and Donna with her then husband, who died in 1980. Before the Grateful Dead, even while she was still at Sheffield High School, Godchaux McKay put her vocals on recordings at the local Quinvy Studios and over in Muscle Shoals at Fame Studios. After high school, she continued doing session work in Muscle Shoals in Memphis. She's singing backup on Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman and Elvis Presley's Suspicious Minds, both #1 hits. Donna Jean Godchaux McKay was 78 years old. Well, chalk one up for a detection system at an Alabama high school. AL.com's Heather Gann reports that the open gate weapons detection system at Decatur High alerted school officials to a firearm clip in a backpack Monday morning. That's a magazine. Now, no gun was found, but according to a news release from Decatur City Schools, the student then grabbed the backpack, knocked over part of the checkpoint, and ran off. The student later returned home and has been removed from school pending a hearing on code of conduct violations. The school system said the weapons detection system worked like it was supposed to. It's likely you've heard stories about an oversized influence that Auburn University's big football boosters allegedly wield. Auburn Athletics Director John Cohen tried to squash that perception. Cohen told reporters on Monday, quote, "I've heard all these myths about things like donors at Auburn or board of trustee members or administrators or power brokers in the Auburn family. That has not been my experience in 3 years, not one time. I think that's one of those things that might have been created by other schools in the state of Alabama. That myth is not reality. We're not going to live in a world of myths because what you just described, and I appreciate the question, just doesn't exist, end quote. Now you can see how such a perception could theoretically make a big difference for a big-time college football coach with options who's considering the Auburn job. A couple things I wanted to mention real quickly. Longtime Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis, who's been in law enforcement for 45 years, called it a career on Monday and became Hoover Mayor Nick Durzis. Also, we've talked here about Winn-Dixie locations that are turning into other grocery stores or closing down. There are former Winn-Dixie locations in 3 places scheduled to open 8 a.m. Thursday as Food Line locations. That's in Jasper on Highway 78, in Trussville on Main Street, and in Fultondale on 31. Winn-Dixie has announced it's going to pull out of Alabama. And hey, if you want to get on the schedule to come on the podcast and take one of our Alabama news quizzes from the newsletter, like we've done it in the past, just shoot me an email at imorgan@al.com with quiz in the subject line. We record those on Thursdays, and I anticipate some openings through the end of the year. We got plenty of days we can do those. Also, leave us a rating if you haven't already. We'd appreciate that. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Let other folks know about the news source that doesn't try to sell you on either political party and all their bull. We're family friendly as possible for a news podcast and perfect for Alabama history classrooms. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates. Until then, y'all come see us on the internet anytime you want to at al.com.
Men need a store that has the right thing for their thing, like a Kenneth Cole suit made with Showflex fabric to keep them cool at their cousin-in-law's 3rd wedding in the middle of July. Whatever the thing, Men's Warehouse has the clothes for it. Love the way you look, Men's Warehouse.